It is not her fault. But the fact that she has doubled down on it, she knows how people misconstrued it. Even if it was misconstrued all along, she knows how people have taken it, and she's okay with that. And that's what makes her, it has turned her into a scary white lady. And I used to think she was so amazing, and now she just kind of scares me.
It is no longer a question of whether she has the talent or not, but the fact that her public persona is beginning to clash with her career. The people who the movie should appeal to the most don't want to see Sydney Sweeney on their screens. What price are you willing to pay to be a Hollywood sex symbol? And how deeply do you need to fall to realize that it will be very difficult to change how you are perceived in society? Sydney Sweeney is a prime example of the fact that when you consistently market yourself as an object of male gratification, it will be nearly impossible for you to be taken seriously in spaces where your body is not put on display. The fall of Sydney Sweeney has been a mixture of heavy controversies, resulting in a decline in her acting career, which is evidenced by the abysmal performance of the movies she has featured in this year. People are just not happy with her, and a lot of people are of the opinion that she brought this on herself. The Euphoria actress has always embodied and leaned into an erotic public persona, constantly putting her sexuality on display and even selling her bathwater in a men's soap.
How did that creative concept come to be?
I pitched it.
A move that may have kickstarted her nightmare this year. The ad received a lot of backlash from feminists who believe that Sydney Sweeney was taking the feminism movement several steps backwards by pandering to the sick fetishes of men. This was the first blow to her career. But instead of apologizing to the angered women who felt betrayed by her actions, Sydney doubled down with yet another ad on the 23rd of July 2025, pissing off not just women this time but entire racial demographics. The American Eagles jeans ad not only showed Sydney in sensual poses, but the ad itself was scripted in a way that many considered racist because of Sydney's choice of words. In the ad, Sydney gave a little lecture on genetics and how it is passed down through generations, and the closing remark of the ad read, "Sydney Sweeney has great genes." Now, while this may look like a normal ad on the surface, people recognized the play on words and began to question and call out American Eagle and Sweeney for subtly suggesting that the white, blonde-haired, blue-eyed Sydney had more superior genes to any other race. The actress was cancelled again on social media, and this was the second blow to her career.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Quick, someone explain to me how a woman with lip filler is making an ad about having really great genes. So your genes are blue, but you tried to make those lips black.
Now, an opportunity came for Sydney Sweeney in an interview to respond to all the backlash she was getting from the American Eagles jeans ad. But instead of apologizing, she tactfully evaded all the questions thrown at her.
There's a chance that somebody will get some idea about what you think about certain issues and feel like, I don't want to see Christy because of that. Like, do you worry about that?
No.
The criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like, white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like, that was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
This interview seems to have been the final nail driven into the coffin of Sydney Sweeney's career for this year. It's not that she was not getting movie roles, It's just that people were no longer watching. Her most recently released movie, a biography film of the life of the most famous female boxer in the 1990s, Christy, flopped big time at the cinemas, opening to an embarrassing $1.9 million after being released on the 7th of November 2025. I mean, in the entire world, everywhere this movie was released, the movie did not even gross up to $2 million.
I don't care what anyone else thinks of this movie. If Christy is happy, that's all that matters to me.
Now, while some people chalk this failure up to lack of adequate publicity of the film, other people are of the strong opinion that Sydney Sweeney, an overtly sensual woman who panders to the male gaze, should not have been cast to play the role of a lesbian boxer.
So Sydney Sweeney's movie Christy ended up flopping, and that's not really surprising to me because she built up a fan base of right-wing incel losers. And I don't know why she thought that picking up a movie about a lesbian boxer that is going through domestic violence with a man would work out and be successful with her fan base. Because like if you're if you're going after the male gaze and you're not in like OF or any kind of like adult content, you're setting yourself up for failure, especially if you're like a movie actress. Because that just makes no sense to me, bro. Anything that is adjacent to being woke is not going to appease your fan base. And it's really unfortunate for her career because she was on an upward trajectory, bro. But she's had like, what, 3 flops back to back to back? And also, I don't know if Madam Web was a flop, but that's actually one of the worst movies ever made. However, it's hilarious, but not on purpose.
I'm an enhanced competitive bodybuilder, and even I cannot do this. I'm sick, but I had to hop on here and make this video when I saw this on Instagram. It says that Sydney Sweeney added 35 pounds of muscle for a new movie that she's going to be in. And if that wasn't bad enough, you swipe over and it says that she has done this in 2 months with only an hour of weight training in the morning, then 3 hours of boxing, cardio, and then another hour at night. My job is to build muscle, okay? I could not even do that in a year, and I am enhanced. Men's open competitors who are on enough gear to kill a rhino could not put on 35 pounds of muscle in a year. This post infuriates me to my core because this is going to just like play into that whole like notion that like if women go into the gym and lift weights, you're gonna get like bulky. Added maybe 35 pounds of weight, but I'm gonna guess a very, very, very tiny fraction, a half a pound to a pound maybe was muscle. If I put on 4 pounds of muscle in a year, I have had a very good year. You will not gain 35 pounds of muscle if you go to the gym 2 hours a day for 2 months. It is quite literally impossible.
Sydney's decision to pander to the MAGA crowd means she's kind of turned her back on the girls and the gays. The girls and the gays were her original fan base, including me, and we would have been the ones who showed up to support her at the box office with this Christie movie, but now the Christie movie has officially flopped. And we were the ones who would have showed up and bought tickets and supported her at the box office with this Christie movie because the girls and the gays don't care if she looks super sexy and hot in every single role. We actually care to see her art. We care to see her talent. She's choosing to pander to the MAGA crowd who they only care how hot she looks. And so therefore the Christie movie has bombed at the box office. I will say on a personal level, that is a movie that I absolutely would have gone to see had it not been for all of the other really negative, nasty things that Sydney Sweeney's got going on right now, because it's a movie about women empowerment. It's a movie about a woman escaping a DV situation. These are things that hit home for me. But who Sydney is and what she represents right now directly goes against everything that I believe in and everything I stand for. Sydney did not write the American Eagle ad. I am not blaming her. It is not her fault. But the fact that she has doubled down on it, she knows how people misconstrued it. Even if it was misconstrued all along, she knows how people have taken it and she's okay with that. And that's what makes her, it has turned her into a scary white lady. And I used to think she was so amazing and now she just kind of scares me.
It is no longer a question of whether she has the talent or not, but the fact that her public persona is beginning to clash with her career. The people who the movie should appeal to the most don't want to see Sydney Sweeney on their screens. And I understand their grievances to an extent. I mean, the people Sweeney is selling her bathwater to most likely are not interested in supporting anything she does that does not include exposing her body. So a female lesbian boxer is most likely not their cup of tea. On the flip side, the women who should find this movie intriguing and want to watch it have already been betrayed by Sydney Sweeney with her overtly sexual and racist ads. I truly believe that her success in the movie Euphoria was as a result of the role she played as Cassie, a male-obsessed high schooler who would do anything to earn validation from men. That seems to be the box Sydney has been placed in, because when she tried to play the role of Penny Poplin, a waitress/upcoming country singer in a movie called Americana, the movie opened up to just $500,000 when it was released on the 15th of August 2025. Another movie called Eden, where she played the role of Margaret Whitmer, opened to only $1 million on August 22nd and made less than $3 million worldwide, despite having a budget of over $35 million. This is a pattern of failed movie after failed movie, and it begs the question, what can she do to revive her popularity with women and make men see her as more than a bimbo? Because it seems like on either side of the divide, nobody is interested in taking her seriously. Not the women she has objectified and not the men who she has sold her bath water to. So if you were on Sydney Sweeney's management team, how would you revamp her public persona to make her not just likable, but respected again in the eyes of both men and women? Do you even think it's possible again for Sydney Sweeney to excel in roles that have nothing to do with exposing the sensual part of herself? Let me know what you think in the comments. And that's where the video ends for today. Until I come your way again, take care and bye-bye.